deeper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. That's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life.
Oh yeah, ooh Lord. And if you don't give it, you won't get it, that's right. I give her all my love. Hey, run that shit up, Chase.
I came from the streets to the shy, where wicked and evil collide. If it was illegal, we tried ambition to get us a piece of the pie. Had so many demons inside, was dim in the gleam of my eye. Killing my innocence, all of my vision, I'm reading the sign and seeing demise. We've been deprived the basic necessities, that and cocaine, a satanic recipe. Refusing to claim it as destiny, sins of the fatherly children in jeopardy. The family addiction affected me, affliction of prison, the death of me. Not even the thought of my legacy, living in hell, how you hating your pedigree. Been definitely holding the grudge, letting it go cause no hoe is in us. If we don't connect then you know what it was. One West and no cowards is rolling with us. Steps was all in the mud, feeling the pain like salt in the cut. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love, yeah. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. I get an honor to commanding Jenna Johanna for being the armor, protecting the message, delivered the Abba. Straight from the Father, he gave it to you, ain't making excuse. Though Satan is loose, kept lacing his boots, training and raising the troops. Perfecting the method of 7-1 West in the hairs was able to prove. Ain't stressing them niggas that lever can step in the stand and state in the truth. My people could never imagine the hardest of winners you lasted. Extending the realest compassion for niggas that should have been fitted for caskets. How could you ever ignore the nigga who slept on the floor and was ready for war whenever it called? Better this weapon is drawn. Election is sure, edge in this war. Front of projects of the Bronx. Now representing the Lord. The water for blessing us all.
Backstage.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with that fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. And that sucker duck bitch ass boy fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gon' be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Men of Israel. Oh, sorry. Imagine.
Just us. First priest, present thy registry.
Come Yalla, Ban Yehoda, Ban Yasharala.
Lukam Yalla, Ban Yehoda, Ban Yasharala.
Y'all by Sim Y'all Sabakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yashar Barakatah.
Yeah, Yasharala.
No. Line Yasharala. Line.
Allah Yasharala.
Majum, stand. Upon Aquadam, turn and face the east.
We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Upon Aquadam, Mark. You got a headpiece?
Live, sir.
Double time, Mark. Double time. Get the man a headpiece. Get the man a headpiece.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanau. Sabashamayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Baba'ah. Atazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kuwa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanael. Lakam. Cal. Yuwan. Wasalatnau. Kasalaknau. Kawalnau. Wala'ai. Banasai one. Ball. I was shine now. Maya. Right. Kaya. Lakah. Hamalakwa. Wala'ala. Waltapari. La'awalamu. Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be.
Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Hayah. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashab. Nathanael. Hakak. Lara Paul. Call Makalah. We'll call Madawan. Hakak. Latahari. Hamatazarai. Hakak. Lahakim. Hamakim. Hakak. Al-Karwaf.
Al-Karwaf.
Hatamalium. Okay, slacking.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarsh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Water.
Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew.
Do the other side, sir. We're going to send up prayers.
Yahweh. Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Baraklanau. Wa'yasharala. Waha Bayaf. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magun.
Officer warrior. Officer Ashaiah. The house of Mariala.
House of
The
Mariala.
house of Mariala.
House of
The
Mariala.
house of Mariala.
House of Mariala.
Kanarwa.
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 The house of Karakar.
House of
The
Karakar.
house of Karakar.
House of
The
Karakar.
house of Karakar.
House of Karakar.
The house of Kawan Matabak.
The house of Kawan
The
Matabak.
house of Kawan Matabak.
The house of Kawan
The
Matabak.
house of Kawan Matabak.
The house of Kawan Matabak.
The entire Anderson family.
The entire Anderson
The
family.
entire Luckett family.
The entire Luckett family.
The entire McAllister family.
The entire McAllister
The
family.
entire Thornton
The
family.
entire Thornton family.
The Jordan family.
The Jordan family.
The McCain family.
The McCain family.
The Kincaid family.
The Kincaid family.
The Williams family.
The Williams family.
Done.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
Raj.
The house of Karakar.
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 The house of Ashaiah.
The house of Ashaiah.
The house of Ashaiah.
The house of Ashaiah.
The house of Mariala.
The house of Mariala.
The house of Mariala.
Officer Warrior. Officer Warrior. Officer Warrior. All Israel.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of Karakar.
The house of
The
Karakar.
house of Karakar.
The house of
The
Karakar.
house of Karakar.
The house of Karakar.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
The house of Marad.
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 The house of Karakar.
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 The house of a warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of a warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of a warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of Ashaiah.
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 The house of Nataziyabama.
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 All of Israel.
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 Done.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of warrior.
The house of the warrior.
The house of Ashaiah.
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 The house of Karakar.
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 All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
The house of warrior.
The house of the 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 warrior.
The house of Karakar.
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 Officer
Officer
Kazawa.
Kazawan.
Officer
Officer
Kazawa.
Kazawan.
Officer
Officer Kazawan.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done. Bashir.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thanks so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashah. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayaya.
Ayaya.
Al-Ahariya.
Al-Ahariya.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yabah.
Yabah.
Azariah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashah.
Ashah.
Shamayan.
Shamayan.
Waratazah.
Waratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawan.
Al-Yanawan.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanah.
Hanah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawan.
Yanawan.
Wallah.
Wallah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamnika.
Yamnika.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Hakarka.
Hakayaka.
Hakayaka. Slaki. Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Belayallah.
Belayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yashamarka.
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 Makarai.
Makarai.
Ashamar.
Yashamar.
Atha.
That's after the Pasha.
Atnapashka.
After the Pasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazawa'aka.
Taza'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Mayatha.
Mayatha.
Why?
Why?
Awalum.
Awalum. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From which cometh my help?
From which cometh my
My
help?
help coming from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharallah
he that keepeth Yasharallah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve. Yahweh shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forth
From this time
and
forth
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 183 in the Hebrew. Allah.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Al-Thakarat.
Al-Thakarat.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Tashakwat.
Al-Thakarat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabyaka.
Awabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'at.
Ra'at.
Al-Amika.
Al-Amika.
Yariyamwa.
Yariyamwa.
Sarwada.
Sarwada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ra'ai Tazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakiyadam.
Wanakakiyadam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharal.
Sham Yasharal.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Na'ai Tazawa.
Ra'ai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Yakaratwa.
Yakaratwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Wayashemai.
Yashemai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zerai.
Zerai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabia.
Kayabia.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Yashawan.
Yashawan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ira.
Da'ira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Sayatamu.
Sayadamu.
Nada.
Nada.
Yapmawa.
Yapmawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakazabah.
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 Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Called Nasiyakamu.
Called Nasiyakamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nairashah.
Nairashah.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Na'awat. Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Sayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka.
Rawaka.
Ka'at.
Ka'at.
Tabaira.
Tabaira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Dalahat.
Dalahat.
Arayam.
Arayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadatma.
Tharadatma.
Basahiraka.
Basahiraka.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapatka.
Patka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Malahai.
Malahai.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Kwashwa.
Kwashwa.
Simka.
Simka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Bashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahawa.
Bahawa.
Ariai. Ariai.
Ariai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadu.
Abadu.
Waya.
Waya.
Da'aiwa.
Da'aiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ata.
Ata.
Simka.
Simka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labaka.
Labaka.
Alawan.
Alawan.
Al.
Al.
Kal.
Kal.
Aratazal.
Aratazal.
Keep not thy silence, O your house.
Keep not thy silence, O your house.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O your house.
O your house.
For lo.
For lo.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
and they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people
And consulted.
and consulted
Against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
come
And let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation,
That the name of Israel.
that the name of Israel
May be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They have confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom.
the tabernacles of Edom,
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
Of Moab.
of Moab,
And the Hagarene.
and the Hagarene,
Gabal.
Gabal,
And Ammon.
and Ammon,
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
And the Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them.
do unto them,
As unto the
as
Midianites.
unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of
at
Kison.
the brook of Kison,
Which perished and endured.
which perished at Endor.
They have become as dung for the
They
earth.
have become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Arab.
Make their nobles like a red,
And like Zeb.
and like Zahir.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes as Sabbath.
all their princes at Sabbath,
And as Samuna.
and at Samuna,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the house of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh, my power.
Oh, my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth the wood.
as the fire burneth the wood,
And as the flame setting the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
With thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them afraid.
and make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy sword.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy
so
name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh, Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
And let them be confounded.
let them be confounded
And troubled.
and troubled
Forever.
forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
Thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth. Sarge meets the turn. On your Shabbat, you seated. All right, shalom, everyone. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai to the brothers. Yahweh Shema, Alathah Bashem, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. The water, once again, thank you for joining us for the ISU. This is ISUBK Chicago Sabbath service. Let me make this clear for Facebook. This is not a hate group. This is not a hate service. We are not inciting any violence or promoting any violence. This is us reading the scriptures of the Bible and exerting what America calls our religious freedom. This is our culture. We're going over the Bible as we do every week from Genesis to Revelations. We start off in the Hebrew and then we do the English translation. So we're going to be picking up where we left off last week. Shalakia, that's going to be in Genesis chapter 43 and verse 33. Everyone get your Bibles. Shalakia Akim, focus in, get your Bibles, get to where you need to be, get the Hebrew. Someone, if someone needs one, I got yours. Shalakia Akim. On the bar. All right, so as I said, we're going to be in the book of Genesis, chapter 43. A moment. 33 and 33. Yeah, no, we have to do the Hebrew first. Right? So where we are in the biblical narrative, this is when the story we're at right now is how we got into Egypt. Okay. This is the story of Joseph. How Joseph, at this point, he is the most powerful man in Egypt underneath Pharaoh. He had his brothers. His brothers came because there's a famine in Egypt. He tricked this. He played a little trick on his brother to get a little payback for selling him into slavery. And he could no longer hold himself. He revealed who he was. he told them to go get their father and bring their father into Egypt. And this is how we can everything that they own, because there's a very sore famine in the land. I mean, this famine is all over the known world at the time.
Right.
Okay, you got to remember, the world as was known is all in the Middle East. This is the cradle of civilization. You know what I mean? So there's a famine in the land, and Joseph Pharaoh had a vision. Joseph interpreted the vision, and because of that, they were able to prepare for the famine. They stored away food for 7 years when everything was good. There was going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. During the 7 years of plenty, they stored away food left and right. You know what I mean? They stored away food. You should be following along in the scriptures. All right. Go ahead.
I didn't hear you say the scripture. So what scripture we at?
We're starting at 43 and 33, but I'm giving the backstory to where we're at. Genesis.
Okay.
43 and 33.
Right.
So now this is during the 7 years of famine, and the famine is sore in the land. And Egypt is the only place that has an abundance of food. Joseph, being wise, they stored away the food, and now they're selling it back to the people. This is how you ration the food out. Because if you're just giving it away, people are going to get greedy. People are going to rush you. People are going to do all types of things because people are starving. Starving people are desperate. So what he is doing is wise. He's selling the food to people. This is how you can portion it out. You know what I mean? And of course, you don't do like we do here in America, and which is price gouge. You know what I'm saying? And take advantage of people. You make it reasonable so everybody can get a good portion of food according to their household. So,
If I may, sir,
come.
we got a chance to see a glimpse of that during that pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be wise for everyone to stock up on dry beans, rice, canned goods, because it's another family coming to this land.
And that's a heavy point. You might want to stock up now. You know what I'm saying? And toilet tissue. It's amazing how the toilet tissue disappeared. I never thought I would go in the store and not see a roll of toilet tissue, and then the store had to ration toilet tissue out. Same way Joseph is rationing out the food. But now he's bringing his brothers into the land, and his brothers know who he is, and they see the position of power that the Lord put him in. And so this is where we're picking it up in the biblical narrative. So we're going to pick up in the Hebrew, Genesis 43 and 33 in the Hebrew. Yashabawa, Lapanyua, Habakar, Kabakarathwa, Wahatazayar, Katazai Rathra, Uyatham Hawa, Ha'anashyum, Ayash, Al, Ra'iwa, verse 34, Wayashah, Mashath, Ma'ath, Banyuwa, Alaham, Watarab, Masha'ath, Banayam, Banayaman, Mamashath, Kalam, Hamash, Yadawath, Wayashathwa, Wayashakarwa, Imuwa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayatazawa, Ath, Ashar, Al, Bayathwa, La'amar, Malah, Ath, Amatakath, Hanashim, Allah, Akal, Kashar, Yawakalath, Waya Kalawan, Sha'ath, Washayam, Kasab, Ayash, Bapaya, Amath, Amathak, Tawa, Verse 2. Wa'ath, Gabayaya, Gabayai, Hakasap, Dashayam, Bapaya, Amatakath, Hakosak, Hakosak, Wa'ath, Kasap, Shabara, Wayaish, Kadabar, Yawasap, Ashar, Debar, verse 3. Abaquar, Awar, Wanashim, Shalakwa, Hama, Wakamaram, Wakamarayam, verse 4. Ham, Yatazwa, Ath, Hayar, La'ah, Harak, Yawan, Yakwa, Slakia, Waya, Wasap, Amar, La'ashar, Al, Bayathwa, Kawam, Radak, Akarya, Hanashim, Shan, Shagatham, Marath, Alaham, Lama, Shalamatham, Ra'aya, the Kath, Tawabah. Up in the English, starting at verse 43 and 33.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 33 in the English. And they set before him the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled one at another.
So right now, Joseph had his family, and it's been spread through Egypt and Pharaoh knows this is Joseph's family. You know what I mean? Because Joseph was a slave who came up, and the Lord rose him up, and they never knew anything about his family. So now he's eating. They're having a feast, and the Egyptians would not eat with the Hebrews because that's an abomination to the Egyptians to eat with the Hebrews. You know what I mean? They refused. So they had a separate table. Joseph and his family. I keep in mind, Joseph and his family are the Hebrews. They had a separate table, and then the Egyptians had a separate table inside the banquet hall that they're eating at, inside the tent or whatever. They refused to sit amongst each other. They ate separately. So then what he's saying is that and he sat before them, and the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to the youth, and the men marveled. How the firstborn, which is his oldest brother, how when he sat before them, they sat in rank order according to their birth, from the oldest to the youngest. And the Egyptians were amazed at this. They had never seen nothing like that, because heathens don't have rank and order. Heathens did not have structure. That structure that exists in the world today exists because of Israel, because of Israelites, because of the Hebrews, because of our ancestors. You know what I mean?
The Salakia, sir, if I could, the Egyptians, they don't have no reform. They don't even understand the concept of rank and order as said in the scripture.
Right. That's right. Right. That rank and order, the Lord has always kept Israel organized. You know what I mean? It's always been a level of organization. Right now, the whole entire world is structured off of our culture. America structured itself around several different things, but at the core, they tried to structure themselves around us. You know what I mean? Right. But of course, it's Egypt and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah and you know what I'm saying? And all the Rome and Greece is all mixed up in there, but they tried to base everything they know to be organized nation off of the Bible. Right. All right, keep going.
Come on. Verse 34. And he took and sent message unto them from before him. But Benjamin's mess was 5 times as much as any of theirs. and they drank and were merry with him.
Now, messes, he said messes in front of the food. You know what I'm saying? And he said 5 times more in front of Benjamin than he did everybody else. You know what I mean? So, and no one complained. No one, you know what I'm saying, was upset or jealous that Benjamin got the biggest portions of food. Go ahead.
So I can say, if I could, messes, is this like synonymous with why, or the reason why Americans call, like in the Army, they call it the mess hall?
The mess hall. Exactly.
Most time, correct.
Exactly. Mess is an ancient word. It means a portion of food. It means a portion of food. You know what I mean? So that's what that. Go ahead.
Sir, you just said how they copy everything we do.
They structure everything. Yeah, they structure at the core of the world right now is Israelite culture. And we don't even know that it's our culture that's keeping the world from being in complete, utter disorder and chaos. Remember, they structure everything off the quote unquote 10 commandments. The world is only following 10 out of 600 and some odd commandments, but the core 10, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know what I mean? Those are what the laws of the world right now. America is based off of, and American laws are the basis of the laws around the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, they structure everything off of us. The world, and once we're back in power, it's just going to be natural. Go ahead.
Another thing that a prominent statement they make is or saying is their golden rule, which is treat someone how you want to be treated.
Yep.
That's ours. It's in the scripture of love, you know, thy neighbor as yourself.
Love thy brother as yourself. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Everything is based off of. So when the Egyptians saw Joseph lining his brothers up according to birth, you know what I mean, according to birthright, according to the rank that they were born, the structure they were born, they were amazed to see this as they sat down. And then he gave the biggest portion of food to Benjamin. You know what I mean? Because he didn't get a chance to meet his youngest brother because he was sold off into slavery before Benjamin was born. Or Benjamin might have been a baby. You get what I'm saying? Joseph was the youngest when he got sold into slavery. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he did that. All right, keep going.
Come God, chapter 44, verse 1 in the English. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, fill the man's sacks with food as much as they can carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth. Verse 2, and put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money, and he did according to what the word that Joseph had spoken.
Keep going. So he told them, give them all his money, fill their sacks up with as much food as they can carry. Give them all their money back, and then take my silver cup and put it into the youngest, into his bag. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 3. As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away in their asses. Verse 4. And when they were gone out of the city and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, follow up after the men, and when those that overtake them, say unto them, wherefore have you rewarded evil for good?
Salaki, Mariah put the wrong scripture. We're actually supposed to be at 44 and 33. 44 and 33. So just to summarize what we're going to see in the next scriptures, and I'm going to jump forward so we can get back on track. He feasted with them because this is before they knew Joseph was Joseph. Okay, and so he feasted with them. He told them to bring their brother, their youngest brother. They feasted, and then when they left, because they bought food, okay, and when they left, he put all their money back in. He put his silver cup in there, and then he sent the steward, and the steward basically told him, y'all stole from Joseph, from the Pharaoh. You know what I mean? And they said, no, we didn't. And he said, whoever sacked, you find this gold cup and whatever you think we stole, you know what I mean, required, you know, basically you send them to jail. Because they didn't think they stole anything. They didn't. So they look in and they found it in Benjamin's bag. They were all brought back in front of Joseph, and Joseph hardened himself in front of them. You know what I mean? Because originally he accused them of being spies. You know, he was just scaring them, getting a little payback for them selling him into slavery. And so he took Benjamin from him and said, go get your father and bring your father here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see your brother again. You know what I mean? So that he's, you know, he said, what evil have y'all done? And then which son was it? I'm sorry, Salakia. I think it was Judah. Judah, who was the oldest, he came and he begged him not to, don't take my younger brother, because my father's life, he said his life is attached to my brother. We already lost one brother, and if something happens to him, it would kill my dad. You know what I mean? Literally, he would die and go and die a grieving, mourning man. You know what I mean? But so Joseph basically told him, go, is your father still alive? All right, go get him. Bring him here. You know what I mean? Salakia, let me make sure I do. Joseph cannot refrain himself. Wait, Salakia. Oh, wait, no. Because we read all of this. Salakia, Akim. Let me get us right. Yeah, because we're much further in the story. Salakia, give me 1 second. Salakia. We are much further than so yeah, they say he sent for it. Does your father you let you live? All right, so we need to fast forward. So he told him to send for his father, and he said, and like I said, he said, my father would die if I come and Benjamin is not with me. You know what I mean? And Joseph, he kept excusing himself because he wanted to cry. You know what I mean? He was doing this thing. He was doing this thing, but it made him he wanted to cry because he's seeing his brothers and he's getting a little bit of payback, but he's so happy to see his family. And he's so happy to find out that his father's still alive. And he's getting a chance to see his youngest brother, Benjamin. You know what I mean? So he excused himself and he would go and cry, shed some tears real quick, straighten himself up and come back and get back in mode. You know what I'm saying? But after doing that for a while, it said he wept aloud and the Egyptians of the house of Pharaoh heard him. And Joseph, he couldn't control himself. He said, listen, after going back and forth with them, he said, listen, I'm your brother Joseph, the one you sold into slavery. I'm alive. The Lord put me in this position to be able to preserve my family. All these years you haven't seen me, you know what I mean? Because think about that. They sold him into slavery. He was in slavery for a couple of years. Then there was 7 years of plenty. And now they're 2 years into the famine. You know what I mean? So they haven't seen their brother in easily 10 years. It's either been 10, 12 years or so since they seen their youngest brother. So he looks like he's a grown man now. Whereas they did what they did to him, and he was a boy. Now they're looking at a 20-some-year-old man. You know what I mean? So of course he looks different. And then he's dressed in all that Egyptian rigmarole. You know what I'm saying? So, but he reveals that he's Joseph. He tells the story about everything that happened, and then tell them to go and get dad and bring him here. You know what I mean? Because the Lord put me in position of being the most powerful man in Egypt under Pharaoh to preserve our family. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I got a couple questions, sir.
Go right ahead.
So at this time, we didn't have the laws from Moses yet, correct?
No, Moses did not exist at this time.
So with that being said, my question is,
Was
Joseph keeping laws? Like, was he? Can you describe that?
Well, you have to remember the Lord gave. Okay, so remember Adam knew what was a clean animal and an unclean animal. You know what I mean? Adam knew the laws of the Lord. He knew what the Lord said to do and what the Lord said not to do. That's why he told, the Lord told Adam and Eve that don't eat of the fruit of this tree. You know what I'm saying? This is the fruit you should eat. So Adam knew basically the law, statutes, and commandments. So our culture has always been our culture. We don't sleep with heathen women. You know what I mean? Our daughters don't sleep. We don't marry heathen women. Our daughters don't marry heathen men. That's Israelite tradition, state going way back. You know what I mean? So all the things that we follow. See, Moses came and had to write them down because being in Egypt so long, we started going through Egyptian. We started being colonized. You know what I mean? We knew our identity in Egypt. You know what I mean? But you can imagine some of our customs and traditions were being lost. The things that we were eating what the Egyptians fed us. You know, go ahead.
So it's really what's going on right now in America.
Exactly. So Moses had to come and get our people in order. He freed our people, and then the Lord gave him the laws, you know what I mean, to follow, the law, statutes, and commandments to get our people back in order. Go ahead.
So as far as the Bible describes, Joseph was keeping the laws, even though he was in captivity underneath Pharaoh.
It doesn't say specifically, but I would gather to say yes, because we have he knew. So you remember Joseph grew up in a house with his father and his brothers until they sold him into slavery. You know what I mean? So he knew our traditions. He knew the laws. He knew what to do and what not to do. He was taught that. You know what I mean? So I would say that even in Egypt, he more than likely was watching, probably watching what he didn't eat this, didn't eat that. You know what I mean? Because he was not an Egyptian, even though he got put in that power. And then once he got put in a position of power, he could really pick and choose what he wanted to eat and what he wanted to, you know what I mean? So, and you have to consider the Lord gave him, the Lord favored him. So the Lord is not going to favor you, you know what I mean, if you're sinning. If you're not keeping his law, statutes, commandments, you're not following his word, the Lord is not, the Lord will do what he wants. But the Bible and history has shown that you really won't get that favor of the Lord. If you do, it's gonna go away. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Would it be safe to say that he kept the laws to the best of his ability during that captivity?
That would be the best thing to say.
So my next question is, what he did with his brothers, it seemed a little deceptive. Was that, a sin or not?
I wouldn't say it was a sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like his brothers plotted to kill him, plotted to unalive him, right? And Reuben said no. The oldest brother said no. Instead of us unaliving him, let's put him in a pit. You know what I mean? And sell him. Reuben really was going to come back and get Joseph out the pit. You get what I'm saying? He just wanted to let his brothers calm down. And in the midst of it all, the brothers came back. I think they kind of knew what Reuben was on and sold him into slavery. You know what I'm saying? And then came back to their father and with his multicolored garment that he had, that his father made for him, that he was so proud of, ripped and torn to shreds and said, a wild beast tore your son to shreds and there's nothing left of him. You get what I'm saying? And he went through slavery. Sold from house to house, got to the house of a rich man, was lied on by the rich man's wife. She said that he tried to assault her when she was really trying to sleep with him. Gets darn near killed, thrown in prison under false accusations. You know what I'm saying? And then by the grace of the Most High, when the Pharaoh had this dream, Joseph could interpret dreams. The Lord gave him the gift. He was interpreting dreams. And so when the Pharaoh had this dream about the fat calves and the skinny calves and the you know what I'm saying, the crops of corn that were nice and bright, and then the ones over here that were just so more horribly withered than anything you could ever imagine. You know what I mean? He didn't know what that meant. And then they said, well, this dude locked up in jail named Joseph. He know how to interpret dreams. Send them to me. And the Lord sent Pharaoh that dream for Joseph to interpret it, to get him out of prison and put him on top of Egypt. So he had to be obedient to the Most High. He had favor with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So even in his captivity, like you said, just like with us, we garner favor with the Lord. Even in our captivity, we're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities. So that brother, I would guarantee, I would garner to say, and it doesn't say specifically, but you can look at how the Lord works. You know what I mean? That's why the Bible is so great, because we can look at how the Lord works. You know what I mean? And you can see how the Lord moves with our people. So it would be safe to say that he kept to the best of his ability, maybe 100%, but he followed the word of the Lord.
If I can, just try to write this out. A little evidence that he was keeping the law, statutes, commandments is when that king wife tried to have sex with him.
Yeah.
He ran about his jacket getting away from her.
Yeah.
How many people you know run from some box?
Oh, God.
The average nigga out here, you're going up, put your life in danger doing it. But yeah, that was evidence that he was keeping the law, statutes, commandments, not running away from that queen and being put into penitentiary. And not to mention that the scriptures say that God hates sinners. You know what I'm saying? All through whatever, the Lord hates sinners. So he's not like the brother bringing out. The Lord ain't gonna show you no favor if you just willfully sinning and stuff.
Now, if he's in a situation where he has no choice, you know what I mean? But you always have a choice. Instead of eating pork, you can fast. You know what I'm saying? If somebody puts a meal in front of you and the main thing is a big thing of pork and then there's some bread on the side, just eat the bread. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to let you die. You can drink water and eat that bread. Put something in your stomach. You know what I mean? So it's always, if people say, I didn't have a choice, you always got a choice. You actually could just not eat. You know what I'm saying? You don't starve yourself to death. You know what I mean? But eat the smallest thing. Eat the lawful thing on the plate. You know what I mean? Try to follow it to the best of your abilities, even in captivity. Go ahead. Because this is not a class, but go ahead. Gotta move on.
Like, I know if pork touches like another food, it's like contaminated. So would it be too off? Like, I thought it would just make the whole plate unlawful. Like,
Well,
It's like,
go ahead.
that's like you got a slice of pizza and they got pork on it. You want to pick the pork off and eat the cheese and the bread.
Well, with that, like, no, because when they cook that pizza, the pork is
That's
getting
what I'm
into
saying.
the cheese and into the bread.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you got a plate and like your bread touch a piece of pork, you can just rip the piece of the bread off that touched it. Now, if the bread is soaking in pork gravy, in pork juice, nah. You know what I mean? Like, that's an example. Like when people get pizza, oh, you can just pick the pepperoni off. You can pick the sausage off. No, because that produces its own grease. All that grease is soaked into the pizza. It's soaked into the cheese. It's soaked into the sauce and the bread. So you're still eating pork. Right. You know what I mean? If you see somebody cooking some pork and then they take the pork out the grease and then they put your hamburger in that same grease they just cooked the pork, it's contaminated that burger. You can't eat that. Right. Okay? All right, underbar. All right, now let's get back on track to these scriptures. So we're going to be starting Salakia. So skip forward. Salakia about that. I had to get us on track. Genesis 45, chapter 45. All right, so we're gonna be at 45, and let's start at verse 8. Yeah, I gotta get the Hebrew though. We're gonna start in the Hebrew. Salakia once again. My right-hand man, Mariah, gave me the wrong scriptures. He's not here today. Lord be with him and his family. All right, so it's the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Waitha, La'ah, Atham, Shalakatham, Athya, Ana, Kaya, lahayam. Wayasham, waya, shaya, manya. La Abba, Saki, La A, La Pariah, Willa Da, Slaki, Willada, Willada one, Lakal, Bayatua, Washamal, Bakal, Arataza, Matazariah, verse 9, Maharwa, Wailawa, Al, Abaya, were Marath, what's that, Slaki, were Maratham, Aliyawa, Kal, Amar, Banak, Yaquab, Slaki, Shemanya, Alayaham, Ladawan, Lakal, Matazariah, Rida, Aliyah, Al, Daimar, verse 10, Wayashabath, Baratazah, Yashan, Watha Yayath, Karawab, Aliyah, Atha, Wabanayak, Wabanya, Banayak, Watazanak, Wayabakwar, what's like it, Wabakarak, Wakal, Ashar, Lak, verse 11, Wakal Kalata, Athak, Sham, Kaya, Iwad, Kamash, Shanayam, Ra'ai, Pan, the Rawash, Atha, Wabayathak, Wakal, Ashar, Lak, verse 12, Wahana, Ayan Yakam, Rawath, Wayanya, Sakia, Akia, Banayamyan, Sakia, Banyamyan, Kaya, Paya, Hamadabar, Al Yakam, verse 13, Wahana, Sakia, Waha, Nadatha, Nadatham, Wahan, Wahaga the thumb, Labaya, At, Kal, Kabawadia, Bamatazaria, Wa'at, Kal, Ashar, where your thumb, Wama Harathum, Waha, Rawad Thoth, Radathum, Ath, Abaya, Hana, verse 14, Wayapal, Al, Tazawarrior, Banayaman, Banyaman, Atawa, Akiya, Akyawa, Wayabak, Waban Yaman, Wabanyam, Wabanyaman, Baka, Al, Taza Araya, Taza Arayawa. That's it. In English.
Khan. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 8. So now it was not unto you that sent me hither, but God, Salakia, and he hath made me a father to Pharaoh.
So he's saying, because he told them, he said, listen, don't be grieved. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel bad that you sold me into slavery. Don't be angry with yourselves, because it turns out it was not you that sent me here into Egypt. It was the Lord that sent me on this journey.
Right.
He used you to do that, to send me here. You know what I mean? Now, to answer your question, was what he did to his brothers probably a little mean-spirited? You know what I mean? Deceiving them like that. But he wanted to get a little payback for what they did to him. But consider this. He could have been full of spite. He could have been full of anger. He could have completely turned his back on his family, and he could have ordered his brothers unalived. He could have had them really put in prison and beaten and tortured and sold them into slavery. Instead, he had a little fun with them. But it was hurting him to do it. So, not saying it was righteous, but not saying it was wrong at the same time, considering what he has the power to do. And like I said, it made him father unto Pharaoh. You know what I mean? Like a father figure. The Pharaoh gets it. You get advice from your father. A Nashwan gets advice from you, right? So now Pharaoh is getting advice from Joseph. That's why he said he may be a father unto Pharaoh. You got a question?
Just you know, maybe I'm looking at it too black and white, but it's just when he had them put the cup in the bag. For me, that was like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because anything could have happened at that point.
Well, no, because he was in complete control of the situation. He sent his steward to go after them. He didn't send armed guards.
Come.
You get what I'm saying? He was in complete control of the situation, and everybody followed. He's the most powerful man in Egypt under Pharaoh.
Come.
No one's going to make a move unless he says move. You get what I'm saying? So that was just him getting, like I said, he was getting some payback on his brothers. Like I said, I'm not saying it was right, but on the same token, with the power that he had and what he could have done, I'm not saying it was completely wrong. I understand why, because of all the stuff he went through, that he would want to, you know what I'm saying, get a little bit of get back for what his brothers did. I mean, you plotted to kill me, and then the consolation prize is you sold me into slavery, which was pretty much like a death sentence in itself, and a long, slow death. You get what I'm saying? But the Lord had plans. So that's why he said, listen, don't feel guilty. Don't grieve and be angry at yourselves. Joseph has forgiven his brothers because he understood now once everything is, I'm sure at one point he was very angry, very angry. But once everything happened and unfolded, he was able to see the Lord's plan for him. And then he realized, oh, that dream that I had, that my brothers would they would be bowing down in front of me and I would be over them. That was a prophecy the Lord gave me. And this is how the prophecy is coming true. It might not be a conventional manner. You know what I mean? Might not be that Isaac was going to say, hey, Joseph, you're the head of the, you're the head now. Even though the youngest, you rule over your brothers. No, the Lord maneuvered everything to save our nation while it was still in its fledgling state. Because that famine would have came and completely wiped us out. If it wasn't for the fact that Joseph became the most powerful man in Egypt. You know what I mean? So him getting a little payback, I can understand. And like I said, considering the power that he had, if he didn't have an understanding, he let go of the anger that he had, because I'm sure he was angry. You know what I mean? I'm sure he was angry for years. Look at what my brothers did to me. Why they do this to me? You know what I mean? So like I said, I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? But he didn't do anything unrighteous in his anger. You get what I'm saying? He deceived them, but he couldn't even keep that up for, too long. He was doing that and it was hurting him to do it. Because he just wanted, when he saw his brothers, he wanted to, it's me. But he couldn't do that. He still had to keep his position, his power, his decorum. And then when the opportunity came, he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to get a little payback. Y'all got to pay something. You know what I mean? But he never put them in danger. Right. You know what I mean? He never put them in a situation where it could have gone sideways by the way he controlled it. When he put that cup in the Benjamin's bag, he didn't send the troops, he sent his steward. And his steward came and said, hey, where you going? Oh, y'all done stole from us. See, and oh, nope, you gotta come back. Nope, come on back before we bring the troops. Go ahead.
So if Joseph had sent the guards out first, what do you think would have happened?
Oh, they would have whooped on them. They'd have treated them like any other criminal. You know what I mean? Unless Joseph gave specific orders to not harm them. But if he would have just sent the soldiers out and said, hey, yo, go bring them cats back. They stole from me. You know what I mean? Some Egyptian soldiers, you know what I mean, who patrolled, they probably would have beat on them.
Like you said, especially some Canaanites that, it would have looked them bad.
Yeah, always speaking in turn. Wait till call it.
Oh, yeah, it's like.
But no, you're right. Canaanites, you see the Egyptians wouldn't even sit with the Hebrews. It was an abomination for them to sit with them and eat with them. You know what I mean? So it could have gone. That's why I said he didn't put them in danger. He actually used a lot of wisdom and restraint in this situation, because you got a lot of brothers who, we see what happens every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got grandmothers shooting people and stabbing people over stuffing. You got brothers fighting each other over the last turkey leg.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of brothers in that situation would have revenged themselves in a more harsher manner. You know what I mean? So Joseph is a good example of forgiving your brother and not going too far. Go ahead.
Just the last thing I wanted to say is, now that you explained it like that, it actually feels like he maybe was planning to do that the whole time, because that's how he was going to get the father to come back and get his people to come back, the rest of Israel to come back into Egypt. That was like the underlay for the overplay.
Could have been, you know what I mean? Because he didn't even know if his father was alive. He went through all of that, you know what I mean, and asked him, is the father alive? You know what I mean? What about you said you got a younger brother. I want to see him. You know what I mean? He didn't know nothing he didn't even know his family was still alive, because this famine is so terrible. And then to see his brothers walk in, you know what I mean? I think he did this spur of the moment. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure a demon hops on him. And he fought that temptation to revenge himself, to really revenge himself on his brothers. And he got a little bit of payback with this situation. But it was so light compared to what they did. And then at the end, he told them to basically forgive themselves, because this was all the Lord's plan. All right?
Wow.
Keep going.
Go on, God, sir. And the Lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right. I'm a father to Pharaoh, a lord to all his house, and a ruler through all the land of Egypt. Now, these Egyptologists will come up and try to make it seem like Joseph wasn't. The story of Joseph. Even archaeologists have found, they know what Pharaoh Joseph ruled under. They found the archaeology. They found it. They found an inscription on the bottom of a Pharaoh's tomb that said, it's a certain historical figure. I told y'all who he was last time. And on his tomb, it said he was a slave of unknown origin who interpreted a dream for Pharaoh and saved Egypt during the time of famine. You know what I mean? So they know who Joseph is. They know his Egyptian name. He's quite popular. He's been in movies and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they'll try to make it seem like, oh, no, he was just a little Pharaoh king on the side. No, this dude ruled over Egypt. You know what I mean? And during that famine, Joseph ruled over Pharaoh's house. Keep going.
Come. Verse 9. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, thus saith my son Joseph, God hath made me the Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, and tarry not.
So he said, listen, go tell dad that God made me that dude in Egypt. Come on down, hurry up. Don't delay, let's go. Keep going.
Come, verse 10. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen. And thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all thou hast.
Keep
Lucky.
going.
Verse 11. And there will I nourish thee for yet there Salakia, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou in thy household and all that thou has come to poverty.
So he said, listen, go tell dad to come on down to Egypt. I'm going to house y'all in Goshen so y'all will be near me. You know what I'm saying? And bring your children, your children's children, your flocks, your everything. Bring everything with you. Because if you don't, because it's 5 years left of this famine. And if you don't, everything you got is going to go and you're going to go into poverty. Now, keep in mind, remember, this is the inheritance, what he's talking about, the children's children and the flocks and the sheep and all. This, remember, Abraham was a very rich man. You know what I'm saying? And Abraham passed it down to Isaac. And Isaac passed it down to Jacob. You get what I'm saying? So he's trying to preserve our family's inheritance. Because this famine is going to take it all away. You know what I'm saying? It took them, and I think, keep in mind, the famine was going on for 2 years before this incident. They were wealthy enough to survive the first 2 years of the famine. It wasn't until the second year that things started to get a little tight, and he sent his sons to go to Egypt to get some food to help the house survive. You know what I mean? But eventually, that money in the next 5 years, all that money will run out during the famine. You get what I'm saying? And he'll expend all of his resources, all of the resources to keep the family alive and be in the poverty. So he said, no, bring everything into Egypt. Bring it in. You go to Goshen, and I'm going to take care of you because I'm that dude in Egypt now. You know what I mean? So when you look at how our oppressors depict our ancestors, they make them look like dirty, dusty sheep herders. You know what I'm saying? These were not dirty, dusty sheep herders. You know what I'm saying? These were wealthy men in the land at that time. Abraham had different wells, dozens of wells that were dug. He owned land. He owned vineyards. You know what I'm saying? He owned gardens, and he had houses and servants of servants. And you know what I mean? This brother, our people were always a very wealthy people. So when you see that little dusty sheep herder depiction, that's how their unimaginative selves picture us. But we had money. Oh, we had lots of money. That's right. Our forefathers were rich men back in the day. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And Egypt took it from us. And the Lord pulled us out of Egypt and gave it back to us. Right. You know what I mean? Keep going.
John God. Verse 12. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is my mouth that speaketh unto you. Verse 13. And he shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. Verse 14. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept. And Benjamin wept upon his neck. Verse 15.
That's it. No, just say 14. Okay. So right there, he told him, yo, go tell dad everything you see. Tell him everything. Tell him all the power. Tell him who I am. Tell him everything that happened. You know what I mean? And bring dad here. And then he looked at his little brother, and he grabbed his brother and hugged his brother and cried. You know what I mean? He's overwhelmed right now. This is a moment that he probably didn't think would happen. Like I said, this famine during the times of plenty, he didn't see his family. He was building his reputation up. You know what I mean? He was building himself. He had men under him. He had officers under him collecting food. He had a job to do. And now he's doing his job, and he's the most powerful man in Egypt. And here comes it. And the Lord just brings his family up one day randomly on a Wednesday or something. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You said how old was Joseph about?
I mean, they never say his age. He was a young boy when he got sold into slavery. So, and you got to understand, he was in slavery for a few years. You get what I'm saying? And then they went through the 7 years of plenty in the land. So you can roughly say that that's at least 7 years from 7 to 8 years, maybe 10 years time, maybe, because remember he was sold into slavery first. So the only measurement of time that we have is the fact that there were 7 years of plenty, and then we're 2 years into the famine. So that's 9 years right there. Then you got to look at the years that he was in slavery before Pharaoh came. So there was a few years before that. So we're looking at probably easily 10, I would say 10 to maybe 12, 13 years that he might not have seen his family. You know what I mean? So if he was a young boy then when they sold him, he's at least 20 something years old. You get what I'm saying? At least in his 20s. He might be in his early 30s. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on how many years he was in slavery before the famine hit. We don't have a precise estimate of that, but going by the years of famine, the years of plenty, and then the previous years of slavery, it would be safe to say he's in his 20s.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All right, let's get these next 7. That's, matter of fact, call up the next priest.
Elijah.
Just us. Next priest. No. Oh, Salaki. Can't with those. Raj, and then you Shamar. Present thy registry.
Raj Karab, Bunya Holder, Bunya Sharala.
Raj Tarab,
Bunya Holder, Bunya Sharala.
Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat.
How about you, y'all?
Majin, be seated. You want to tackle the Hebrew, or you want me to? Oh my gosh. Starting at verse 15.
Calling this the book of Genesis. Chapter.
Where's it tonight? Salaki, I can, somebody grab it tonight.
On that shit
Get it off the chair.
That shit. Wow.
When preparing the Sabbath service, I'm just so y'all know, I know Mariah usually does it. He's not here. It's supposed to be Bible, Tanakh, Bible. Both. Every man should have a Bible and a Tanakh.
Okay.
And then you all, while y'all are in the audience for Sabbath service, should have a Bible and a Tanakh, whether it's on your phone or literally in your hand in your possession. All right?
Okay.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Waya na shop. Lakaya. Lakal. Akaya. Akayaw. Waya bar. Ilaham. Wa Korea. Khan. The barwa. Car ya what? Awath. Verse 16. Waya Halak. Nasha Mai. Bayath. Par I ha. La Mar. Bahawa. Kaya. Yaikwa. Waya ya.
Where you at?
It's like wa ya ta ba I ya na ya bar I ha
That's it. It's not a but.
Par I her. What but I na ya by Yanya. I but a ya what? I bought you. Verse 17. What ya more? Par I her. Al Yaiqua Ashar La. I was like Al. Aka Yak Ta. Nah. That's what's up. Ta'ah. I Shua. Ta'ai Nawa. Ah. But I ya ra come. Willa Willa Walakwa. Wa. Aura Rataza. Kana I. Kana I. Verse 18. Wa par. Wa quarwa. Ah. Abba ya come. Wa ra'at. But the Bath you come. Waba a what? Ala ya. Wa thana. The come. Ah. To what? But that's like Rataza. Ma'ai. That's like ma says Ryan. Wa kalak. Call. Ah. So it's like la Kala. Wa Rataza. Verse 19. Wa ya thun. Wa the. Taza wa ya thun. The. Ta. It's not English. Za'af. I show. Kwakwa. Lakam. Marataza. Matazarian. Agala. What? La ta come. Lama wala nash yakam. When nash thumb. Ah. Aba yakam. Waba a thumb. Verse 20. What your eye. What eye. Yana come. Al, the car, the cas, Al, color, yakum, kaya, ta, dwa, the car, that's like cow, Arutza, Mataz Ryan, Lacombe, it's like Hawa, verse 21. Waya, I, Shawa, Ka, Banaya, Waya, Israel, it's like Yasharo, Waya, Ta, or Dun, Laha, Yaikwa, Iga La, Wath, I love. Yeah. Par, I her. Where you thun. Lahom. I tuza, no, I. Oh, slow. Tuza, the her. Oh, tuza da. La, the rock. La the rock.
All right, let's pick it up in English. We're going to close out. Salaki, this was a long but a short one.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 15 in the English. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that, his brethren talked with him. Verse 16. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come. And it pleased Pharaoh well and his servants. Verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, this do ye, lade your beast and go and get unto the land of Canaan. Verse 18. And take your father and your households and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land.
And they found the portion of the land where our people stayed in Egypt. You know what I mean? All of these things are the beautiful thing about the Bible is it's all backed up by physical evidence in the earth. You know what I mean? Archaeology itself was started by Edomites trying to prove that the Bible was correct. You know what I mean? They had no idea that the Bible was 100% accurate and a real, and not just some fairy tales, because, you know, all of their gods are made up fairy tales that don't exist.
Right.
You know, a bunch of mythological beasts and monsters. Well, our God is real.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
Go.
Verse 19.
Now, Salaki. Verse 19, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 19 in the English. Now art commanded.
That's Salaki. Read it as it is. I'll slow down and read it.
Salaki. Now art commanded.
Skipping a word.
Now thou art commanded. This do ye take your wagons out of the land of Egypt, for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Verse 20. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Right. Switch out real quick, double time. Wow.
Recall in the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 19 in the English. Now thou art commanded to do ye. Take
this do ye.
Oh, it's like this do ye. Take your wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
So he said, look, go get your wagons, get your wives, all your kids, and bring your father. This is what Pharaoh is telling him. For I'm giving you the good of the land. All the land of Egypt, all the good parts of the land of Egypt belong to you. So don't even worry about your stuff. Don't worry about your belongings, because you're going to have everything that you ever will want to have and need. Keep going.
Verse 21. And the children of Israel did so. And Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way.
So Joseph gave them the wagons, just like Pharaoh had said, and gave them enough food for their journey so they could get there, get their wives, their kids, their servants, their father, everything that they possess, and bring it back into the land of Egypt. And this story right here is how we ended up in Egypt. You know what I mean? This is right before, this is a couple hundred years before our captivity, where Moses had to free us. All right? All right, with that.
Imagine.
Sherrod.
Men of Israel, imagine upon Upper Dome, turn to face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayah, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Baba'ah, Zaraka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Shemayah, Thunanow, Gal, Kawam, Asalakanow, Kawadanow, Double yard now. Balasai one. Ball. I was shy now. My young. Right. Kaya. Amalakwa. Tapari.
Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Concoct the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Babakashah, Lathananaw, Hakat, Lahapal, call Makalah, we'll call Madawan, Hakat, Latahari, Hamatazariah, Hakat, Lahakim, Hamathiam, Hakat, Al-Rakal Hatamalium, Hatama'ala, Lagarshim, Yahushua, Water,
Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to raise Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim.
Ba'ashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Baraklanah.
Baraklanah.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yabayah.
Habayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Ba'ashim.
Ba'ashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Awam. Aman.
Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be
Thank
it.
you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashaya.
Asha'ah.
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 Ayaya.
Ayaya.
Al. Ahariah.
Ahariah.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Your ball.
Yaba'ah.
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 Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Ma'an.
Ma'an. Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Waratazah.
Waratazah.
Al-Yatham.
Al-Yatham.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka. Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wallah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yeh.
Al-Yeh.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakalka.
Yakaika.
Yakalka.
Yakaika.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walayallah.
Walayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yasharak.
Yashamarka.
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 Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athah. Say it again. Af. Napashka.
Napashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'aka.
Taza'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Mayathan.
Mayathan.
Why?
What I?
Awlam.
Awlam. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Yasharallah.
He that keepeth Yasharallah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
I got this. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam.
Al-Hayam.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Wa al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabyaka.
Awabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'at.
Ra'at.
Al-Amika.
Al-Amika.
Yarayamwa.
Yarayamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Al-Tazapawamyaka.
Al-Tazapawamyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Azakar.
Azakar.
Sham Yasharallah.
Sham Yasharallah.
Iwadah.
Iwadah.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Yawai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Akaratwa.
Akaratwa.
Ahalya.
Ahalya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Wa'aba.
Wa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Yamawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Halashat.
Halashat.
Am
Yeshabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Nam Ashawar.
Nam Ashawar.
Nalawar.
Nalawar.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawar.
Hayawar.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabia.
Kayabia.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Wayashawan.
Wayashawan.
Nashamadu.
Nashamadu.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Daira.
Daira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Jaman.
Jaman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Sayatamba.
Sayadamba.
Nadab, Yadmua, Kairah, Wakazabak, Wakazalmanad, Paul Nasiakamwa, Bashar, Amarwa, Nairashah, Lanawa, Na'awat, Alahayab, Shayatamwa, Gagalab, Kaquash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Kaash, Dabaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Kalahat, Hariyam, Khan, Daradapna, Basairika, Wawasa, Wapatka, Dabahalam, Malahai, Panyaham, Palawan, Waya, Bakwasha, Simka, Yahawah, Yabasha, Waya, Wahawa, Idai, Waya, Kapara, Waya, Abadu, Waya, Yahaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawah, Babaka, Ayawan, Cow, Ratazah.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
thy
thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people
And consulted.
and consulted
Against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation,
That the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
But they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one
They
consent.
have confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom.
the tabernacles of Edom,
And the Israelites.
and the
Of
Israelites,
Moab.
of Moab,
And Hagarim.
the Hagarim,
Gabal.
Gabal,
And
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 Ammon,
Amalek.
and Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Asher was also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them.
do unto them,
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the
As to
Midianites,
Sisera.
as to
As
Sisera,
to Jabin.
as to
At
Jabin,
the brook of
at the
Kison.
brook of Kison,
Which perished in doors.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their numbers like a ram.
Make the nobles like a
And
ram,
like Zeb.
and like Zeb.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes as a buck.
all their princes as Sabbath,
And as a moon.
and as
Who
Zamunah,
said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the house of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth the
as
wood.
the fire burneth the wood,
And as the flame setting the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy temper.
with thy temper,
And make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy
that
name.
they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded
And troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to
let
shame.
them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
Thou.
that thou,
Whose name alone.
whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Stars. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatuh.
Yazmatah. Turn and salute the sisters. Men of Israel. Imagine. Barak. Imagine. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Atah Hashem Yahshua.
Yazmatah. Sabbath service is ended.
Lock it, sir.